Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my tiny retirement. I'm Christine, and today my house is trashed. It is trashed. It's Christmas season. I have been gone almost every single day. Mitch and I have been running around. We are fully into the hustle and bustle, but in a tiny house, it takes next to nothing for it to explode. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop being in the Christmas spirit. Today, I am going to be making for you guys a fruitcake. Now, before you guys all go, "Whoa, fruitcake, ah," you haven't had my fruitcake. It is delicious, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So don't go away, grab your coffee, and come hang out in the kitchen with me. I'm going to at least try to clean up a little bit first, so take your time getting that coffee. Okay, guys, so are you guys crooked? You guys look a little crooked to me. Okay, I have written everything down because there's a lot of ingredients that go into this. Before we get started, what I want to show you first is these are all of those berries, the dried berries that I got from the Azure Standard haul. I'll put a link to that video down there in case you're interested in seeing it. I had goji berries, I had dried pineapple, dried cranberry, and I didn't put these in. That's all that's in here. 3 fruits, and what you want is you want to end up with a total of 3 cups of each of your fruits. Not each, a total of 3 cups. So however many fruits you have, like if you only had 2 fruits, do 1.5 cups of each. If you have 3 fruits, do a cup each. If you have 4 fruits, what would that be? 3/4? Yeah. And then you'll come up with 4 cups, 3 cups. Listen how flustered I am, good Lord. So yeah, and I did this, I put these on to soak in just a simple syrup. And the juice and the zest of 1 each of a lemon and an orange. No, simple syrup is just sugar water, and it I didn't even make it syrupy. It was something like, I want to say 2, maybe 3 cups of water, and maybe 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So it wasn't, a full, true simple syrup. But anyway, I put these on to soak. What is today, Tuesday? I put these on Sunday. I put these on Sunday to soak. They say to do it for a minimum of 12 hours to 24 hours, at a minimum. But I have done this for 4 or 5 days and just let it sit, and it's been fine. For those of you diehard fruitcake people, you would want to add brandy or a light rum instead of the water, sort of the simple syrup. If you don't want the alcohol, and I don't, because some of these, this is going to be a ton of batter, and some of these loaves are going to be going to families with kids. So I left the alcohol out, but I do have a special batch for Mitch that does have brandy in it. And that's not my fault. It was peer pressure. Peggy Jean over at Page Family Homestead. Peer pressure. She said, "Put that brandy in. Brandy on mine, please." So, and Mitch was right there cheering her on, and so Mitch gets brandy in his. Anyway, I digress. These are all the ingredients that I'm going to be using. And so, you could also use apple juice as your liquid. You could use apple juice. All right, so let's get in on this here. I've got, let's say I've got a cup of all-purpose flour, and I am using einkorn flour. It's easier to digest. It's, I just enjoy it better. I have a 1/4 cup of almond flour. I have 2 eggs. I have 2 cups of chopped pecans. I have about 3/4 of a cup of dark brown sugar. And yes, it does need to be dark brown. So I have vanilla extract. I have almond extract. And for spices, I have, how much of a teaspoon here? This is ginger. And that's a 1/2 teaspoon. A 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, not soda, powder. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and this is kosher salt. A 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, fresh ground nutmeg. So these are all my ingredients. All my ingredients. 2 eggs. Did I say 2 eggs? And you need at least a cup of butter at room temperature. So let me show you how I put this together. I cleaned out here, but I forgot that I need my need my KitchenAid. Let me go dig it out and I'll be right back. Alright. So I dug it out. Challenges of a tiny house kitchen. Oh, is that glare too much behind me? Oh, I hope not. Alright. So I need the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cream my brown sugar and my butter. I don't have one of those, what do you call them, you know, the funnel that goes around here. You know what I mean, the shield. The shield, that's what it's called, a pouring shield. Alright, now I had a problem. Alright, so I've just put my sugar in. Softened room temperature butter. Okay, now I want you to notice that I switched to my whisker attachment. Ooh, it can't focus. What we're looking for is light and fluffy. Here, let me just stop this because it's, I don't know about you, it's making me dizzy. There we go. Now what we're looking for, sorry, I'm holding this with my hand because I can't get my tripod in here. We're looking for light and fluffy. And we should, it will take, sure. Oh, Gerard. That is so gross. Oh my good lord, he just ate cat poop. Anyway, what was I saying before the dog went in and grabbed a Tootsie Roll out of the cat box? Ugh, so disgusting. Anyway, this will take you about 3 minutes. And we have not done it for 3 minutes, so I'm going to scrape this down and let it go for a good 2 or 3 minutes. You really want this fluffy. Okay, so not only did I turn a light on so you guys could actually see in this dish, but you can see this is almost like, I don't know, it's almost like frosting. It's almost like icing. So I'm going to scrape the bowl down here. And now it is time to add some of my other ingredients. I think I'm going to just leave that. Whoops, sorry about that, you guys. I think I'm just going to leave the whisker right on it, because I have a few things I need to add right now that still require the machine. So let's do that. All right. I'm going to add my eggs one at a time. The 2 eggs go in now. The butter is creamed. I'm going to add 1 egg. And I'm going to just turn the machine on again until it's incorporated. Now I will add the other egg. Half a teaspoon of vanilla. Half a teaspoon. a drop of almond extract. A drop. And when I say a drop, I'm talking a quarter of a teaspoon, an eighth of a teaspoon. I gotta tell you guys a story about almond extract. A little of this stuff goes a long way. When I first discovered almond extract, I keep going out of the shot, sorry. When I first discovered almond extract, way back as a young, Mitch and I newly married, I had just discovered it because we were living in Indiana, and it is huge Amish country out there where we were. We were in northern Indiana, and they put, at least where I was, in all of their pastries and their desserts and their sweet things, always almond extract. It has a very fruity, pleasant, very strong taste. So when I discovered it, I was putting it in everything. Everything. I was addicted to it. I was obsessed with it. And it hit a point where everybody, the kids, Mitch, everybody, they were all, oh, please, no more almond extract. And it was so bad, and they were all so traumatized that even this time I put almond extract on the grocery list for Mitch when he was out running his errands. He almost didn't get it. So I'm not quite as heavy-handed with it as I used to be. Have you guys ever done anything like that? Tell me. I want to know what you guys have done that your kids are now, and your husband or your wife or whoever, your partner, and they're all just like, no more, no more. I can't take any more. Tell me. I want to hear it. All right. So I put the liquids in. I'm gonna incorporate those. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my flour, my almond flour, and all of the spices. I'm going to put those all in one dish to add them into that mixture. And at this point, oh, you guys can't see me. Oh my goodness, you guys can't see me that well. Here, let me turn you around. Let me turn you around. Okay, so, because at this, oh, that's not a good shot either. I think I'm going to put you guys back. This video's a lot of work to do. No, you poop eater, you stay out of the cat box. The poop eater wants to get into the cat box. Alright, I'm just for the sake of ease and, what is that word? Efficiency. I'm putting it all into one bowl. Because at this point, the machine is done. When you start putting all of this stuff in, it's going to be too thick for your machine. And you don't want to ruin your machine. So, I really should have an apron for this. Okay, so here we go. And right now, it's nice and fluffy and liquidy. I'm adding about a third because I want to mix this slowly. You know what? I ought to have you guys right in close. Do you see that? My pecans in. And you don't have to use pecans. If you like walnuts, use those. If you like cashews, unsalted cashews. There. So those are looking good. And now here we go. Look at these. Aren't those just beautiful? Now, I don't necessarily need all that juice, but I'm certainly not going to waste it, because that is some deliciousness right in there. So, yeah, see? There's a good amount of juice in there, which is also going to moisten this cake, right? So I'm putting some of my fruit in, making a mess, tasting samples. Okay, guys, my oven is preheated. I'm going to put this, you know, if you had some decorations, you could put, you know, pecans and decorate. That'd be pretty. Because once this is done, I'm going to show you guys how to do a beautiful butter brandy sweet sauce to pour over this. I'm going to let this go for 2 hours on really low heat. I'm going to come back and check it with a toothpick or maybe a knife if I can't find my toothpicks. I can't seem to find anything today. And see if it's done. And you'll know it's done because your implement will come out clean. Okay, guys, I'm back. The bread is done. The fruitcake is done. It ended up, it's actually the next day because it took way longer to cook this than I anticipated. This ended up taking just about 4 hours. The temperature was really low and it was, you know, pretty thick. It's actually settled quite a bit. It was much bigger than this. And I just wrapped it in plastic wrap and put it in the fridge. So today, I'm going to make a little brandy sauce to put on it. What this is, the only thing I'm going to put in this sauce, I have the juice from the berries, you know, that I was soaking. I'm going to use some of this. This is, I tried to soften my butter once for the fruit cake. I lost track of the butter as I was softening it. So I'm not going to waste it. We're going to use this in my sauce. Little brown sugar. Brown sugar. And because it is Christmas, you guys know what this is. This is brandy. And cave into the peer pressure. But I'm putting it in the sauce instead of in the fruit cake. And that way, you know, if there are grown-ups around that really want, you know, that flavor for Christmas, because I think brandy is kind of a Christmassy flavor. And for when you have a cold. Oh, my floor's creaking. Oh my goodness. All right. So, first thing, oh, this cold, it's lingering. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do and I'm just going to eyeball this. What I want is that's my floor creaking, you guys. It's not what you think it is. Bodily function humor never gets old. Wait, I forgot how much sugar I'm putting in. No, I actually have not had any brandy yet. I'm just forgetting. Okay, that looks like about a cup. Yeah, that looks like about a cup of brown sugar, so that's good. Let me fold this back up. It's not me. I got a creak in my floor. Alright, so I've got that. I am going to put, I would say, probably half a stick. Does that look like half a stick? Yeah, looks like half a stick, doesn't it? Or a whole stick, maybe. Because this is 2 sticks. Let's just make it an even 1 stick, just for the sake of. What's going on, little guy? Was it too cold out there for you? All right, so we've got that. I'm gonna put. I don't want a lot of this. This stuff is really intense juice. But I do want that flavor. So, there goes that. Now, do I want to do this? Yes, because I want to cook the brandy down a bit. Now, if you put the brandy in, I've got to stop and give you guys a massive warning right here. If you were going to melt all of this, you know, if you're going to melt all of that down and your burner is on before you put your brandy in, and some people want that good raw brandy flavor, I don't. I want it to mellow down, I want it to whatever, so I'm putting it in now. But if you put it in after you melt, take it off this burner. And especially if you've got a gas burner, because gas, fire, and alcohol, not good. And you see what I'm doing here, just automatically, because I'm about to pour alcohol in it. I just take it off even when it's just a habit. So let's see. How much is that? That looks like about half a cup. Let's put a little more. Alright. Brandy is in. We have a big bottle here because I've been battling this cold. And there's nothing better for a cold than a little brandy in your hot tea. And I am just going to, you know what, you guys, I'm going to bring you guys in closer so you can see what's going on in that pot. There you go. Isn't that pretty? It's a little large, but oh, look at that. That, my friends, is a fruitcake. Now you can skim this stuff off the top if you want to, but I don't really care about it. It doesn't bother me a bit. Now the best part. That's a big bite. This is Christmas. Christmas is Christmas. Hey, Mitch. Come here. Come here. Oh, here's your dog.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
You got to try it. You have to.
Oh, God. I might have to make another pot of coffee.
Is that not the best thing ever?
Oh. That's really good. After I... Sorry. After I stack some wood at her height, I might want a big chunk of that with some coffee.
Yeah, you have to take some over to Mom. What do you think of the sauce?
That's what really makes it. You know, it's more fruity than it is cake. So you get all these different fruit tastes.
You realize your dog just ran out.
No, he ran back in.
Oh, he did!
But yeah, and then the sauce is really rich, and you can taste the brandy, but it's not like sharp alcohol like
Right. Well, that's because I put it in and cooked it down.
Oh yeah, then you got burned off all the alcohol.
Right. So is that a keeper?
It's a keeper.
It's a keeper. It's a keeper. Okay, guys. That's a wrap. Mm. Mm! 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 I'm gonna go eat my cake, have some coffee. Talk to you guys later.